Your English isn't weak, your mouth is untrained, and that's why you freeze. Give me 40 minutes and I'll show you a 1, 2, 3 speaking ladder that makes silence impossible. If you've ever known the words in your head, but your tongue just refuses to move, you're not stupid. You're not fast at languages. You're just doing what most beginners do. You consume English like entertainment, and you treat speaking like a scary exam. Quick mini test right now. Say this out loud. Yes, out loud. Today is a good day. Did your voice sound weird to you? Did you hesitate? Good. If you're waiting to feel motivated to speak English, you're not lazy. You're trapped. And the trap is simple. You don't need motivation. You need a trigger system. Let me hit you with an uncomfortable question. How many times have you promised yourself, I'll start tomorrow? Be honest, because if tomorrow worked, you'd be fluent already. Here's the real problem. You keep trying to use willpower like it's a battery, but your battery is dead by 6 p.m. Work, school, kids, stress, commute, news, drama. By the time you have time, your brain is done. So you sit down to study, you open a lesson, and somehow you're scrolling. Then you feel guilty. Then you quit. Then you blame motivation. That's the cycle. Quick mini test. What is the first thing you do every single day without thinking? Don't overthink it. It's usually one of these. You unlock your phone, you wait for something, or you shut down at night. And that is exactly where your English needs to live. I'm going to give you a trigger system. 3 small moments that happen automatically every day. So English happens automatically too. No big study sessions, no perfection, no waiting to feel ready. One more question before we start. Do you want learning English to be a hobby you do when life is perfect, or a skill you build even when life is messy? Choose, because messy is the default. All right, trigger 1, your first phone unlock. Not after breakfast, not when I have time. Your first phone unlock. That moment is a gold mine, because it's already a habit. You're going to hijack it. Here's the rule. The first time you unlock your phone each day, you do 10 minutes of English before anything else. 10, not 30, not an hour. 10 minutes. If you can't protect 10 minutes, you don't need a better method. You need a backbone. Shockline. Busy is not the problem. Your triggers are. Now, what do you do in those 10 minutes? Simple. One short dialogue and shadow it 3 times. Let me explain shadowing in the most practical way. You listen to one line, then you repeat it immediately, copying the rhythm and speed. You are not studying. You are training your mouth like a muscle. Say this out loud with me, even if you feel stupid. Ready? Dialogue. Example 1. Real-life coffee shop. Barista. Hi, what can I get for you? You. Can I get a medium coffee, please? Barista. Anything else? You. No, that's all. Thank you. Mini test. Could you say that without reading? If not, good. That means you found the exact weakness you need to fix. And no, you don't fix it by watching another video. You fix it by repeating until your mouth stops panicking. Here's the exact 10-minute routine. Minute 1. Play the dialogue once. Just listen. Minutes 2 to 4. Shadow each line slowly. Pause after every line and copy it. Minutes 5 to 7. Shadow again, faster, less pausing. Minutes 8 to 10. Do it one more time, but change one thing. Change coffee to tea. Change medium to large. Change what can I get to what would you like? And here's the punchline. Don't learn. Repeat. Because most people collect English like Pokemon cards. They learn 10 new phrases a day and use 0. That's not progress. That's entertainment. Let me give you a second mini jolt. If I took away your notes, would you still be able to speak? If the answer is no, your method is broken. Now I know what you're thinking. But I don't know what dialogue to use. Stop acting helpless. You have endless sources. YouTube clips, TV series, scenes, short podcast clips, even AI-generated dialogues. Pick one and stick to it for a week. Here's dialogue example 2. Work meeting. Manager. Can you send me the file by today? You. Yes, I'll send it in an hour. Manager. Great, thank you. You. No problem. Say it again. One more time. Question. Do you notice how simple it is? That's the point. Fluency is not built from fancy words. It's built from automatic sentences that come out under pressure. And pressure is exactly when you fail in real life, right? You can understand English on your couch, but in a real conversation, your brain freezes. Why? Because you trained recognition, not production. So trigger 1 is all about production. Mouth training. Every morning. First unlock. Now let's make this even easier with a rule I call no choice. If you have to decide, you won't do it. So remove the decision. Tonight, set this up. Put one folder on your phone called 10 Min English. Inside, one audio clip or one video link you will use tomorrow morning. Move social apps off your home screen. Not delete, just move. Put 10 Min English on the first screen where your thumb lands. Mini test. Where does your thumb go when you unlock your phone? That's your real boss. Fix that, and your life changes. And listen, if you skip one day, you don't restart and punish yourself. That's weak. You just do the next trigger the next day. The system is built for imperfect humans. Let me tell you a tiny story that's painfully real. I've seen people prepare to learn English for months. They buy apps, notebooks, courses, and still can't say, "Can you repeat that?" Then one day they travel. Someone asks a simple question, and they smile like an idiot because they can't answer. That's not because they're stupid. It's because they trained the wrong thing. Here's dialogue example 3. Travel, airport. Staff. Passport, please. You. Here you go. Staff. What's the purpose of your trip? You. Tourism. I'm here for a week. Staff. Enjoy your stay. You. Thank you. Question. Would you rather practice that for 10 minutes in the morning or fail with a dry mouth in real life? Your choice. Now, quick recap in one sentence so your brain locks it in. First phone unlock equals 10 minutes. One dialogue. Shadow 3 times. Change one detail. And right after this, I'm going to give you trigger 2. The moment that secretly gives you 20 minutes of English every day without finding time. Most people waste it and don't even realize it. It's sitting in your life right now, hiding in plain sight. Now, trigger 2, the one that quietly gives you 20 minutes a day without making time. Because here's the ugly truth. You're not too busy to practice English. You're just bleeding minutes all day in tiny little leaks, waiting for an elevator, waiting for the kettle, waiting for a page to load, standing in a line, sitting in traffic. Those moments feel too small, so you waste them. And that's exactly why you stay stuck. Quick question. How many times did you wait today? Don't guess. Think. Even if each wait is only 30 seconds, 5 minutes here, 3 minutes there, it adds up. And that's your second trigger. Trigger 2 is waiting time. And your job is simple. Every time you're waiting, you speak 5 micro lines out loud. Not in your head, out loud. Whisper if you have to, but your mouth must move. Shock line. If you only practice English in your head, you're training silence. Here's why this works. When you're waiting, your brain is idle. You're not solving work problems. You're not deep in conversation. It's the perfect moment to insert a tiny speaking rep, like a push-up. One push-up is nothing, but 50 push-ups a day changes your body. Same with language. Mini test right now. Say this line out loud with confidence. Excuse me, could you help me? If it feels awkward, perfect. That awkwardness is the exact fear we are deleting with repetition. So, what are micro lines? Short, reusable sentences that fit real life. You don't need 1,000 phrases. You need 20 that you can use everywhere. Here are 5 micro lines you can use in almost any situation. I'm here to. I need to. Could you? Can you repeat that? Let me think for a second. Now, I want you to see how deadly practical this is. Waiting situation 1. Elevator. You're going up. You have 15 seconds. You say, I'm here to meet a friend. I need to get to the 3rd floor. Could you press 7, please? Can you repeat that? Let me think for a second. Do you see it? You're not studying. You're rehearsing life. Waiting situation 2. Queue at a store. You say, I'm here to return this. I need a different size. Could you tell me the price? Can you repeat that? Let me think for a second. Waiting situation 3. Boiling water. Microwaving food. You say, I'm here to make dinner. I need to finish this quickly. Could you give me a minute? Can you repeat that? Let me think for a second. Quick punch. Your life is already giving you practice slots. You're just too distracted to take them. Now let's level it up so it doesn't feel robotic. Because yes, if you repeat the same 5 lines forever, you'll get bored. So we rotate them using microscripts. A microscript is 2 to 3 lines that simulate a real moment. You run it like a tiny scene. Microscript example. Asking for directions. Excuse me, could you help me? I'm trying to get to the train station. Is it far from here? Say it once. Now, again, faster. Now change one word. Train station becomes bus stop. Again. Microscript example. Work call. Hi, sorry, can you hear me? I need to confirm the meeting time. Can we do 3 p.m. instead? Again, notice something. These are not advanced sentences. They are powerful sentences, the kind that save you in real situations. Now, here's the retention punch. Most people don't fail because they don't know words. They fail because they panic and can't start. Microlines fix the start. They give you a launch button. Question. When you freeze in English, what's the first thing you can say to buy time? If you don't have an answer, steal this. Give me a second. I'm trying to say it correctly. That one line can save your confidence. Let me give you a tiny movie-style line you've heard before, because it sticks in your brain. Movie-style line 1. Classic, simple. Wait, what do you mean? Say it. That line alone keeps conversations alive. Movie-style line 2. Every day. Are you serious? Say it. Simple, emotional, human. Movie-style line 3. Polite reset. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Say it. That's a real line native speakers use constantly. Now, mini challenge. Pick one of those and use it today, even if you're talking to yourself. Because speaking to yourself is not weird. Staying afraid is weird. Let's make this system bulletproof with a rule. You don't need to do this every single time you wait. You just need to catch it 3 to 5 times a day. That's it. If you do 5 micro lines 5 times a day, that's 25 spoken reps. In a week, that's 175 reps. In a month, you've trained your mouth more than most people do in a year. And here's the part weak people hate. It's boring. Good. Boring means it's working. You don't build strength in the gym by being entertained. You build it by doing reps. Now connect this back to trigger 1. Morning unlock trains accuracy and rhythm with shadowing. Trigger 2 trains speed and confidence under random conditions. One builds your script, the other builds your launch. So what happens when you combine them? You stop waiting to feel ready, because your day is forcing you to speak. Tonight's action. So this becomes real. Open your Notes app. Create a note titled, Waiting Lines. Write 10 micro lines. I'll give you a starter list below. Tomorrow, every time you wait, you open that note and speak 5 lines. Starter list. Steal these exactly. I'm here to. I need to. Could you help me? Could you say that again? I'm not sure. Let me check. What do you mean? How much is this? Where can I find? I'll be right back. Give me a second. One more jolt. If you're too shy to speak these lines quietly, you're choosing comfort over growth. And comfort is the reason you're still stuck. Now we've got 2 triggers running automatically. First unlock and waiting time. Next is trigger 3, the night shutdown. This is where you lock in progress, kill the fear of mistakes, and build a speak-first brain that gets faster every week. Now the night shutdown trigger. This is where most people either level up fast or stay confused forever. Because if you don't close the loop at night, your brain treats English like random noise. You did a little in the morning, you spoke a few lines while waiting, and then your day swallowed everything. No reflection, no pattern, no improvement. You repeat the same mistakes for months and call it plateau. Quick question. Do you actually know what you're doing wrong in English? Or do you just feel like you're bad at speaking? If you can't name the problem, you can't fix it. So trigger 3 is 10 minutes before sleep, a 3-sentence journal that turns your day into training data. And no, this is not a cute diary. This is a weapon. Here's the exact structure. Every night, write and say out loud 3 sentences. Today, I learned. Tomorrow, I will. That's it. Mini test. If I asked you right now, what did you learn today in English? Could you answer in 1 sentence? Most people can't. That's why they feel stuck. Let's make it real. Imagine your day was normal. You worked, you studied, you took care of family, you waited in lines. Now your night shutdown looks like this. Today I had a busy day, but I practiced anyway. I learned how to say, "Could you repeat that?" clearly. Tomorrow I will shadow 1 dialogue before I check social media. Say those lines out loud. Your mouth must move. Writing is good. Speaking is better. Now here's the key part. Circle 1 mistake. Not 10 mistakes. Not a full grammar lesson. 1 mistake. 1 upgrade. Because weak people try to fix everything at once, then get overwhelmed, then quit. Strong people fix 1 thing per day and become unstoppable. Let me show you how this works with a real mistake. Maybe you wrote, "Today I go to work and I am tired." Yeah, that's not terrible. But your upgrade could be tense. Today I went to work and I was tired. Circle go and write went. Circle am and write was. That's your upgrade. Now you didn't just learn grammar. You corrected your own sentence, the exact kind you would say in real life. That sticks. Retention jolt. If you never correct yourself, you're practicing the wrong version forever. Now, a lot of people hate journaling because they think, my English is too simple. Good. Simple is powerful. Simple is how you build speed. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're trying to build automatic English that comes out under pressure. Quick question. When you speak to a real person, do you need advanced vocabulary, or do you need confidence and speed? Exactly. Let's connect the whole system so far. Morning unlock. You borrow native rhythm and structure through shadowing. Waiting time. You build speaking reps in tiny moments. Night shutdown. You lock in what worked, identify 1 upgrade, and program tomorrow's action. That's a full loop. Input, output, improvement. Now here's the story arc most people don't understand. Progress doesn't feel like a miracle at first. It feels boring and small, until suddenly it isn't. 1 week, no miracle. You still feel slow. 2 weeks, words start appearing faster, especially your micro lines. 1 month, fear drops. Not because you became fluent, but because your mouth learned it can survive. That fear drop is everything, because fear is what keeps people silent. Mini story, real life. I've seen learners who can pass tests but freeze when someone says, "So, What do? They know the words. They don't know how to launch. Then we train 1 week of microlines and nightly shutdown. Suddenly, they can answer, I work in marketing. I'm a student. I'm here to learn and improve. Not perfect, but alive. And alive beats perfect. Now, let's add one more practical tool inside the night shutdown to make your speaking sharper. The rewrite and replay. After you write your 3 sentences, pick the most useful one and rewrite it in 2 versions. Version A. Simple version B. Slightly stronger. Example. Version A. Today I practiced English for 10 minutes. Version B. Today I practiced English for 10 minutes, even though I was tired. Then you speak version B 3 times. Slow, normal, fast. This trains emotion and flow, because in real life, you don't speak like a robot. You speak with feeling. That's why people remember movie lines. They carry emotion. Here are 3 film-style lines you can steal for your journal tone, because they sound natural. I didn't expect that. That's on me. I'll figure it out. Now use one tonight. Example. Today I made a mistake in English. That's on me. I learned a better way to say it. Tomorrow I'll figure it out and say it clearly. That's real. That's human. And it trains you to stay calm when you mess up. Shock line. The goal is not to stop making mistakes. The goal is to stop being scared of them. Now, do you want a method you can do starting tonight with 0 materials? Here it is. This is your tonight setup checklist. Put your phone on charge 10 minutes earlier than usual. Open a notebook or notes app. Write your 3 lines. Today, I learned. Tomorrow, I will. Circle 1 mistake or 1 weak phrase. Rewrite the sentence stronger. Speak the stronger sentence 3 times. That's 10 minutes. Done. If you can't do this for 10 minutes, you don't have an English problem. You have a discipline problem. And discipline is built by triggers, not motivation. Now, the best part. The shutdown trigger makes tomorrow easier. Because you don't wake up wondering what to do. You already told yourself, tomorrow I will shadow 1 dialogue before I check social media. Your brain wakes up with a mission. Mini test. What will you do tomorrow morning before you scroll? Say it now. Out loud. If you can't say it, you won't do it. Now we've built 3 triggers that run on autopilot. First unlock, waiting time, and night shutdown. But there's still one problem that kills people even with a good plan. They try to do too much, too fast, and then they disappear. So next, we're going to install the minimum system that makes this sustainable even on your worst day. Sick day, busy day, travel day, no energy day. So you never break the chain. Here's the part that separates people who try from people who actually become fluent. The minimum system. Because even with 3 triggers, life will still punch you in the face. You'll have a brutal day. You'll travel. You'll get sick. You'll be mentally empty. And if your plan only works on good days, it's not a plan. It's a fantasy. Quick question. What happens to your English routine when you're tired? If the answer is it disappears, then you don't have a trigger system yet. You have a wish. So we install a rule. On your worst day, you still do the minimum. Not to be perfect, to keep the chain alive. The minimum system is called 1-1-1. 1 minute in the morning, one micro line during the day, one sentence at night. That's it. 3 tiny actions. You can do this even on the day your life is on fire. Mini test. Do you have 60 seconds? Yes, unless you're lying to yourself. Now, let's make this hit emotionally, because this is where people sabotage themselves. They miss a day, feel guilty, then they do the stupidest thing. They quit completely. Shock line. Missing one day is normal. Quitting is a personality problem. The minimum system prevents quitting because it gives you a bridge day. A day where you're not pushing hard, you're just staying in the game. Here's how it connects to our 3 triggers. If you're strong that day, you do the full triggers. 10 plus 20 plus 10. If you're weak that day, you do 1-1-1. Either way, you never go to 0. Because 0 is dangerous. 0 turns into 3 days. 3 days turns into 3 months. And then you're back to tomorrow. Now let's make it practical with real examples. Bad day scenario 1. You wake up late. Minimum morning action. One sentence shadowed one time. You open your 10-min English folder. You play one line. You repeat it once. Done. Example line. Can you say that again, please? Say it once. That's your morning win. Bad day scenario 2. You're waiting somewhere, but you feel awkward. Minimum daytime action. One micro line whispered. I need to. Then finish it with something real. I need to call my friend. Or, I need to buy groceries. One line. Done. Bad day scenario 3. You're exhausted at night. Minimum night action. One sentence journal. Today I was tired, but I didn't quit. Write it. Say it. Sleep. That's the minimum system. It's small on purpose. It's designed for reality, not for motivation videos. Quick jolt question. Would you rather do something tiny every day for 30 days or do something big for 3 days and disappear? Exactly. Tiny wins. Now we add one more layer to keep you engaged, because repetition without variation can feel dead. This is where we make the system feel like progress, not punishment. It's called weekly themes. You keep the triggers the same, but you rotate the theme each week, so your brain stays curious. Example themes. Week 1. Survival English. Basic, daily life. Week 2. Work English. Meetings, emails, calls. Week 3. Travel English. Airport, hotel, directions. Week 4. Social English. Small talk, opinions, stories. Same structure. New content. Mini test. Which theme would improve your life fastest right now? Work, travel, or social? Pick one. That's your next 7 days. Now I'm going to give you 3 ready-to-use micro packs that match those themes, so you can start tonight without thinking. Survival pack. Daily life. I'm looking for. How much is this? Do you have this in a different size? Can I pay by card? Thank you. Have a good day. Work pack. Office. Remote. Let's start with, just to clarify, can you send that to me? What's the deadline? I'll get back to you. Travel pack. Airport, hotel. I have a reservation. Can I check in now? Where is the gate? How long does it take? Could you help me, please? Now here's a retention punch. The secret is not learning these lines. The secret is making them automatic. So you do a speed round during waiting time. Pick 5 lines, say them once slowly, once normal, once fast. That's 3 rounds. That's training. Question. Can you say, just to clarify, without stumbling? If not, that's your next upgrade. Now, let's talk about the biggest mental trap. I'll practice when I can speak perfectly. No, that's exactly backward. You practice to become better, not after you become better. This is why triggers work. They remove debate. They remove mood. They remove the ego. And now, because we're building retention and emotion, I want you to picture the future version of you if you keep this system for 30 days. Not perfect English, real English. You walk into a situation and you can start, "Excuse me, could you help me?" You can buy time. "Give me a second, let me think." You can clarify, "Sorry, I didn't catch that." You can close politely. "Thank you, I appreciate it." That's power. That's freedom. That's how confidence is built. Now, mini story arc, real. In the first week, you might feel nothing. In the second week, you'll start noticing you don't translate every word. In the third week, you'll catch yourself thinking in short English chunks. In the fourth week, you'll speak before fear finishes its sentence. And here's the moment that shocks people. You don't become motivated. You become someone who practices automatically. Now we're ready for the next step. How do you choose the right dialogue and microlines so you don't waste time on useless English? Because not all English is equal. Some phrases will change your life. Some are just textbook garbage. So next, we're going to build your personal phrase bank. A small set of lines that match your real life, your job, your daily situations, so every rep is relevant and your progress accelerates. Now we make this system sharper. Your personal phrase bank. Because if you practice random English, you get random results. If you practice English that matches your life, you get fast confidence. Quick question. Where do you actually need English? Don't say everywhere. That's lazy thinking. Pick one. Work, travel, online communication, or daily life in your city. Your phrase bank must match your battlefield. Here's the rule. You build a bank of 30 lines total. 10 lines you use all the time. 10 lines you need in stressful moments. 10 lines that help you sound natural and confident. Why 30? Because it's small enough to repeat until automatic. Most people drown themselves with 300 phrases and master none. That's coward planning. Mini jolt. If you can't repeat a line without thinking, you don't own it. Let's build it. First, 10. All the time lines. These are your daily engine. I'm here to. I need to. I'm trying to. Can you help me with this? Let me check. One moment, please. I'm not sure. That makes sense. How do I say this? Thanks. I appreciate it. Say 1, 2, 3 out loud right now. If you hesitate, good. That's why we train. Second, 10. Stress lines. These save you when your brain freezes. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Can you repeat that more slowly? What do you mean exactly? Let me think for a second. Could you show me an example? I might be wrong, but can we start over? I don't understand. Could you explain it differently? Give me a second, please. I'm still learning, but I'll try. Here's the shocking part. Native speakers respect you more when you control the conversation. These lines give you control. Mini test. Which one would help you most when you panic? Pick one. That's your lifeline line. You will practice it every day for a week. Third, 10 natural lines. These make you sound human, not textbook. Honestly, to be fair, that's a good point. I get what you mean. No worries. That's on me. I'm down for that. It depends. Now, long story short, here's the thing. Now you're probably thinking, but these feel informal. Exactly. Real English is informal most of the time. Textbooks teach you museum English. Life speaks street English. Quick jolt question. Do you want to pass a test? Or do you want to talk to real people? Choose. Now we connect this phrase bank into your triggers, so it actually becomes skill. Morning unlock, shadowing. You choose one micro dialogue that includes 2 to 3 of your phrase bank lines. Example micro dialogue, work. A. Can you join the call at 3? B. Sure. Just to clarify, 3 p.m. your time. A. Yes. B. Perfect. I'll be there. You shadow it 3 times. Then you swap one piece. Can you join the call at 4? Just to clarify, 4 p.m. your time? This trains flexibility. Waiting time. You run a phrase sprint with 5 lines from the bank. 1 slow, 1 normal, 1 fast. Example sprint. Let me think for a second. Just to clarify, I get what you mean. It depends. Here's the thing. Night shutdown. You write your 3-sentence journal using 1 natural line so you sound more like a real speaker. Example. Today I was busy, but I practiced anyway. I learned a better way to say, can you repeat that more slowly? Tomorrow, I will use it in a real situation. Here's the thing. I'm done being scared. That's how you turn lines into identity. Now let me give you 3 real-life mini scenes you can practice that match common global situations. These are universal. People in Brazil, Vietnam, India, Mexico, Indonesia, Turkey, anywhere will face these. Scene 1. Asking for help in public. You. Excuse me, could you help me? Them. Sure, what's up? You. I'm trying to find the metro station. Is it far from here? Them. No, it's close. You. Great, thank you. I appreciate it. Scene 2. Workplace clarification. You. Just to clarify, do you want the report today or tomorrow? Them. Tomorrow is fine. You. Perfect. I'll send it by noon. Them. Thanks. You. No worries. Scene 3. Small talk that doesn't feel fake. Them. How's your day going? You. Honestly, it's been busy. Them. Same. You. Yeah, long story short, I'm trying to improve my English, so I'm practicing every day. Them. That's awesome. You. Thanks, I'll figure it out. Mini test. Which scene sounds closest to your life? Pick one and practice it for 3 days straight. Don't jump around. Now, the biggest mistake people make with phrase banks. They collect lines but never pressure test them. So today, I want you to add one thing: the Speak First Challenge. Once per day, you must speak one line to a real human. Just one. Online counts, voice note counts, a short call counts, even talking to a coworker counts. But it must be real. Here are easy options. Send a 10-second voice message in English to a friend. Hey, quick message, how's your day going? Ask a simple question in English in a store if your city has tourists. Excuse me, do you know where the bus stop is? Join a free English speaking room online and say one sentence. Hi everyone, I'm here to practice. I might be nervous, but I'll try. Shock line. If you never speak to humans, you're practicing for a life you're not living. And yes, you'll feel stupid at first. Good. That's the entry fee. Now, tonight's concrete action. Write your 30-line phrase bank. 10 daily, 10 stress, 10 natural. Star your lifeline line. Tomorrow morning, shadow a dialogue that includes it. Tomorrow, during waiting time, sprint 5 lines. Tomorrow night, journal using one natural line. Do that for 7 days, and your brain will start launching English without permission. Next, we're going to solve the last big problem: pronunciation and speed. Because many people know the line, but their mouth can't deliver it smoothly. We're going to fix that with one technique that takes 60 seconds and upgrades your speaking immediately. Now we fix the part that secretly kills confidence. Your mouth can't deliver the sentence smoothly. Because many learners know English in their head, but when they speak, it sounds like broken pieces. Slow, flat, unclear. And then they think, my English is bad. No, your delivery is untrained. Quick question: have you ever heard yourself speaking English and cringed? Good, that cringe is data. We're going to turn it into progress. Here's the 60-second technique that upgrades pronunciation and speed without studying phonetics. It's called chunk plus crush. You take one line from your phrase bank. You break it into 2-3 chunks. Then you crush the chunks together until it becomes one smooth sound. Example line. Can you repeat that more slowly? Chunks. Can you repeat that more slowly? Step 1. Slow, clear. Say each chunk separately. Can you repeat that more slowly? Step 2. Connect. Crush 1 plus 2. Can you repeat that? Step 3. Full. Crush all. Can you repeat that more slowly? Step 4. Speed ladder. Say it 3 times. Slow, normal, fast. Slow. Can you repeat that more slowly? Normal. Can you repeat that more slowly? Fast. Can you repeat that more slowly? That's 1 minute. That's training. Mini test. Do that right now with, let me think for a second. Chunks. Let me. Think for. A second. Now crush it. Let me think for a second. Again. Faster. Again. Shock line. You don't need perfect pronunciation. You need smoothness. Smoothness creates confidence. Confidence creates more speaking. More speaking creates real improvement. Now we plug chunk plus crush into your trigger system so it happens automatically. Morning unlock. You shadow your dialogue like before, but you pick one line to chunk plus crush for 60 seconds at the end. Example dialogue line. Just to clarify, do you mean today or tomorrow? Chunks. Just to clarify, do you mean today or tomorrow? Crush it. 3 speed rounds, done. Waiting time. Instead of saying 5 random lines sometimes, once per day you do 1 crush rep while you wait. You're in an elevator? Perfect. Whisper, sorry, I didn't catch that. Chunks. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Crush. Faster. Done. Night shutdown. You take your strongest journal sentence and crush it once so it becomes a real spoken sentence, not a written one. Example. Today I practiced even though I was tired. Chunks. Today I practiced even though I was tired. Crush it. Speak it with emotion. Done. Now, let's fix another confidence killer. You speak like you're reading a list. No rhythm, no emphasis. That's why it feels unnatural. So here's the second technique. Meaning stress. You pick the one word that carries the meaning and you stress it slightly. Example. I need to finish this today. Stress need. Can you repeat that more slowly? Stress more. I'm here to meet a friend. Stress here. This is how real English sounds alive. Not because of perfect accents, because of meaning. Mini test. Say, I'm here to help you. 3 ways. Stress here. I'm here to help you. Location matters. Stress, help. I'm here to help you. Intention matters. Stress you. I'm here to help you. Focus matters. Feel that? That's control. That's speaking. Now I'm going to give you 3 lines that instantly make you sound more natural in global conversations. Work, travel, online, anywhere. Line 1. Just to be clear. Use it when you want clarity without sounding rude. Example. Just to be clear, are we meeting at 3 or 3:30? Line 2. What I mean is, use it when you want to correct yourself smoothly. Example. It's difficult. What I mean is, it takes time. Line 3. That makes sense. Use it to show understanding and keep the conversation moving. Example. Ah, that makes sense. Thanks for explaining. Now, chunk and crush one of them. What I mean is, chunks. What I mean is, crush. What I mean is, this tiny line is magic because it protects you when you make mistakes. And you will make mistakes. Good. Shock line. Mistakes are not a sign you're failing. They're proof you're speaking. Now let's do a real-world speaking drill you can do tonight that ties everything together. No fancy apps needed. It's called the 3-2-1 speak drill. Pick one micro scene from your phrase bank. Record yourself speaking it. First time, 3 sentences, full. Second time, 2 sentences, shorter. Third time, 1 sentence, strongest. Example scene, asking for help. 3 sentences. Excuse me, could you help me? I'm trying to get to the train station. Is it far from here? 2 sentences. Excuse me, could you help me? I'm trying to get to the train station. 1 sentence. Excuse me, could you help me? Now here's the twist. After you record, listen once and circle 1 upgrade. Just 1. Maybe your upgrade is speed, maybe clarity, maybe stress. Then to chunk plus crush on the line you want to improve. Record again. That's 7 minutes, and it's more effective than watching an hour of lessons. Mini test. Are you willing to hear your own voice? Because if you avoid your voice, you avoid improvement. Now, let's connect this to the story arc you're building. Week 1. You feel awkward hearing yourself. Week 2. You start sounding clearer on your key lines. Week 3. You stop apologizing every time you speak. Week 4. You speak first, then you think. That's when people say, "Wow, you improved fast." They call it talent. It's not talent, it's reps. Now here's something that will keep viewers hooked because it's brutally real. Your accent is not the problem. Your hesitation is. People don't judge accents as much as you think. They judge confusion. They judge silence. They judge lack of clarity. And chunk plus crush kills hesitation fast. Quick jolt question. If you could only master 5 lines perfectly, which 5 would change your life? That's what you train, not random vocabulary. Tonight's concrete action. Pick 5 lines from your phrase bank. Daily, blah, stress mix. Do chunk plus crush on each line for 60 seconds. Do the 3-2-1. Speak drill and record it. Circle 1. Upgrade. Repeat once. Do that tonight and tomorrow you will speak smoother. Guaranteed. Because you train delivery, not knowledge. Next, we're going to solve consistency at a deeper level. How to stop relying on memory and build an environment that forces the triggers to happen. So even if you forget, the system catches you. This is the final step that makes the whole thing unstoppable. Good. Now we make the system unstoppable by fixing the real enemy, forgetfulness and environment. Because even disciplined people fail when the environment is stronger than their intention. You can have the best plan in the world, then you wake up, unlock your phone, and boom, your thumb is already on social apps. Not because you're weak, because your setup is weak. Quick question. Is your phone designed for learning or for addiction? Be honest. Your phone is a slot machine, and you're pulling the lever all day. So we're going to build an environment that forces your triggers to happen even when your brain is tired. This is how adults win. Not by trying harder, by designing the system. First, friction and reward. Add friction to the bad habit, scrolling. Add reward to the good habit, English trigger. Here's the simplest version. Step 1. Change your home screen. Make your first screen only these. 10 Min English folder. Notes app. your phrase bank, voice recorder, or any recording app. That's it. Put social apps on the last page. Not delete. Just bury them. Mini test. When you unlock your phone, what do you see first? That's what you become. Step 2. Use a single wallpaper reminder. Write on your wallpaper in big text, unlock equals English first. Not motivational quotes. A command. Shock line. Motivation is a feeling. Commands create behavior. Step 3. Set one alarm label. Your morning alarm label becomes 10 minutes, one dialogue, no excuses. So you see it before you even open anything. Now we reinforce the triggers with visual anchors. Morning anchor. Your phone placement. Put your phone on the other side of the room at night. When you wake up, you must stand up to get it. Standing up breaks the lazy loop. Then, when you unlock it, the first screen shows English first. Waiting anchor. Your waiting lines note pinned at the top. Most notes apps let you pin a note. Pin it, so you never search. No searching means no excuses. Night anchor. Notebook on your pillow. Yes, literally. Put the notebook on your pillow so you can't go to sleep without touching it. If you hate notebooks, use a sticky note on your pillow or your charger. The point is physical friction. Quick jolt question. Do you want English to be optional or inevitable? Make it inevitable. Now we add the strongest environment tool, the if-then script. This removes thinking. You decide once, then follow forever. Write these 3 rules somewhere you can see. If I unlock my phone in the morning, then I shadow one dialogue before anything else. If I am waiting, then I speak 5 micro lines. If I plug my phone in at night, then I write 3 sentences and circle 1 upgrade. That's your contract. Mini test. Can you say those rules without reading? If not, read them again. Your brain must memorize the system. Now, here's how we stop falling off when the day gets messy. We use a tracking method that is so stupidly simple, it's almost insulting. It's called the 3-check system. Every day you only track 3 check marks. Morning. Did I do the first unlock trigger? Day. Did I catch at least 1 waiting trigger? Night. Did I do the shutdown trigger? 3 checks. Not 20. Not complicated. And here's the emotional trick. You don't track minutes. You track identity. You track, did I show up? Because chasing perfect minutes turns people into quitters. Chasing check marks turns you into someone consistent. Shock line. Consistency isn't talent. It's self-respect. Now, we need one more anti-quit tool. The 2-day rule. You are allowed to miss 1 day. You are not allowed to miss 2 days in a row. That's it. Why? Because 2 days becomes a pattern. 1 day is life. 2 days is you giving up quietly. Mini test. Think back. When you stopped in the past, did it start with just 1 day off? Exactly. So you kill it early. Now let's make this feel personal and real with a tiny story arc you can visualize. Imagine 2 people. Person A waits for motivation. They study hard for 3 days, then disappear for 2 weeks. They restart. They quit again. They stay the same for years. Person B builds triggers. They do 10 minutes after first unlock. They use waiting time. they shut down at night. Even on bad days, they do 1-1-1. In 30 days, they sound different. Not perfect. Different. And here's the killer. Person B doesn't feel more motivated. They feel more in control. That control becomes confidence. Confidence becomes momentum. Momentum becomes results. Quick jolt question. Which person are you tired of being? Now, let's add one powerful retention tool that keeps you excited. The weekly proof. Once a week, you record a 30-second progress clip. Same topic every week. Then you compare. Your topic can be introduce yourself, or describe your day, or tell a short story. Week 1 recording might be slow and awkward. Week 2 is slightly smoother. Week 4, you hear the difference and it becomes addictive. This is how you build belief. Because belief isn't positive thinking. Belief is evidence. Mini test. Do you have evidence you're improving? If not, record it. Now, the system is nearly complete. You have triggers, phrase bank, delivery drills, minimum system, environment design, and tracking. But there's one final thing that makes this work for people worldwide. People who don't live in English-speaking countries. People who don't have native speakers around them. You need a way to get real speaking pressure without depending on luck. So next, we're going to build the Speak First habit using one simple daily exposure method. Something you can do from your room, in any country, with 0 expensive courses. And it forces your English to come out naturally. Now we build the Speak First habit, the piece that makes this work, even if you live in a country where nobody speaks English around you. Because your triggers can be perfect, your phrase bank can be sharp, your delivery can be smoother. But if you never face real speaking pressure, you'll still freeze when it matters. Quick question. When was the last time you spoke English to a real human for 30 seconds? If the answer is, I don't remember, then your English lives in theory, not in your life. So here's the final layer. Daily exposure plus daily output. One input that feels real. One output that forces you to respond. And no, you don't need expensive classes. You don't need a native friend. You need a system that creates pressure on demand. First, daily exposure. 2 minutes. You pick one source that sounds like real spoken English, not textbook audio. Real people. Good sources. Short YouTube clips, street interviews, vlogs, customer service scenes. A short podcast snippet. A scene from a series. Clean, everyday dialogue. Any short English conversation clip you actually enjoy, rule. It must be short enough that you can repeat it. If it's too long, you'll watch, not practice. You listen once, then you pull one line from it and add it to your phrase bank. One line only. That's your new weapon for the day. Mini jolt. If you collect 10 lines a day, you won't use them. If you collect 1 line a day, you will own it. Second, daily output. 60 seconds. This is the Speak First habit. You must produce English in a way that feels like a response, not a performance. Here are 3 options. Pick one and stick to it for 30 days. Option A. Voice note to yourself. Fastest, easiest. You open your recorder and answer one daily prompt for 60 seconds. No stopping, no deleting. One take. Done. Option B, voice note to a partner, stronger. You send a 10-30-second voice message to a friend who is also learning, or you post it in a small practice group. Option C, speak to AI with a script, most consistent. You open any chat app that supports voice and you say, ask me 3 short questions about my day. Then you answer out loud. The point is pressure. The point is response. The point is speaking first. Now, to keep you watching, and to keep you doing this, I'll give you the simplest daily prompt set on Earth. This works globally. Students, workers, parents, anyone. Daily prompt format. What happened today? What was difficult? What will you do tomorrow? That's literally your night shutdown journal, but spoken. Example 60-second output. Today I was busy, but I practiced anyway. The difficult part was speaking fast without thinking too much. Tomorrow, I will shadow one dialogue in the morning and use my waiting lines at least 3 times. Say it. That's speaking. Now, here's the part that turns this into a habit. You attach it to an existing trigger. You don't find time for speak first. You connect it. Choose one. After brushing your teeth at night. After dinner. When you plug in your phone. Right after your night shutdown journal. If you try to do it sometime, you won't. Sometime is the language of losers. Shock line. If it's not scheduled, it's not real. Now let's address the fear that everyone has, but nobody admits. What if I sound stupid? You will. At first. And that's fine. Because sounding stupid is temporary. Staying silent is permanent. The goal is not to sound smart. The goal is to sound clear. Clarity beats cleverness. Here's a simple clarity structure you can use in any 60-second speaking. Start. Today, middle. The main thing is end. So tomorrow, I will. That's it. A beginning, a middle, an end. Your brain relaxes when it has a structure. Mini test. Can you start speaking with today without freezing? If not, that's your new lifeline line. Practice it with chunk plus crush. Now we tie everything together into a single daily system that runs without motivation. Read this slowly, because this is the whole video in one loop. Morning. First unlock. 10 minutes. One dialogue. Shadow 3 times. Change 1 detail. Day. Waiting time. Speak fire. Micro lines out loud. 3 to 5 times total. Night. Shutdown. 3 sentences. Journal plus circle. 1 upgrade plus crush. 1 line. Daily. Speak first. 60-second response recording attached to a trigger. And on bad days, 1-1-1 minimum system. And the 2-day rule. Never miss 2 days in a row. That's the trigger system. No motivation required. Now let me give you a real expectation timeline so you don't quit like a soft person who needs instant results. Week 1. You will feel awkward. You'll think it's not working. That's normal. Week 2. You will notice your launch lines come faster. You'll start answering without translating every word. Week 3. Your mouth starts moving with less fear. You begin to self-correct calmly. Week 4. The biggest change. Your identity shifts. You become someone who speaks English every day. That is the point where progress accelerates. Because once it becomes identity, you don't need motivation. You need consistency. And you already built that. Final mini test before we end. If you had to choose only one trigger to keep for the next 30 days, which one would it be? First unlock, waiting time, or night shutdown? If you're smart, you choose first unlock, because it sets the tone of the day. And if you win the morning, the rest is easier. Now here's what I want you to do tonight. Not tomorrow, not next week. Tonight. Create the 10 Min English folder on your phone. Pin your waiting lines note. Put a notebook or a note on your pillow for the shutdown journal. Choose one 60-second prompt and record a voice note. If you do those 4 things tonight, you wake up tomorrow with a system, not a wish. And here's the one sentence you need to remember when you feel weak. You don't need motivation. You need triggers. So stop waiting to feel ready. Install the system. Let the system carry you. Next video, I'll show you exactly how to build your speak first habit so strong that you start speaking before fear even shows up. Step by step, with daily prompts and a simple routine you can copy in 5 minutes. Hat hesitation is the whole problem. Not vocabulary, not grammar. Your mouth is simply not trained yet. And listen carefully. The goal is not native level. The goal is no longer silent, because silence is the real enemy. Not mistakes. Let me tell you a tiny story you'll recognize. You're watching a movie, and a character says something simple like, "Are you coming?" You understand it instantly. But if someone looks at you and asks, "Are you coming?" your brain suddenly goes, "Coming, come." Present continuous. Should I say, "Yes, I'm coming," or "Yes, I will come"? Wait, what if my accent is bad? And then, nothing. You smile. You nod. You escape. Here's the shocking truth. You don't need more English. You need more reps. You need mouth training. Another quick question. Be honest. How many hours have you spent watching English videos compared to how many minutes you've spent speaking English out loud? If your answer is a lot of watching, almost no speaking, congratulations, you've found the leak. So today, I'm giving you a ladder. It's beginner proof. You don't need a teacher. You don't need confidence. You just need to follow the steps exactly, like brushing your teeth. You don't wait until you feel ready to brush your teeth, right? You just do it. One more mini test. If I asked you to speak for 30 seconds about your day, would you panic? Most people do, because they've never trained the simplest unit of speech. One sentence, repeated. So we start there. Level 1. But before we climb, one rule that will change everything. You must speak before you consume. Yes, before YouTube, before TikTok, before Netflix, before scrolling. You speak first, even if it's ugly, even if it's slow. Why? Because consumption is easy. Speaking is training. And you don't build muscles by watching other people lift weights. Now, level 1. One sentence, 10 times. This is not study. This is mouth training, like learning guitar chords, like learning to drive. Repetition is the point. Here's your first base sentence. Today is a good day. Say it once. Now say it again, but slightly faster. Now again, but smile a little. Now again, but like you're tired. Now again, but like you're excited. You're not doing acting. You're training flexibility. You're training control. Now we do 10 rounds, but with one small change each round. Only one word changes. That's important. Beginners quit because they try to change everything at once. That's coward behavior. One change. 10 reps. That's how you win. Round 1. Today is a good day. Round 2. Today is a busy day. Round 3. Today is a hard day. Round 4. Today is a lucky day. Round 5. Today is a long day. Round 6. Today is a strange day. Round 7. Today is a beautiful day. Round 8. Today is a terrible day. Round 9. Today is a productive day. Round 10. Today is a peaceful day. Mini check. Which word felt hardest to pronounce? Productive? Peaceful? Terrible? Good. Circle that one in your mind, because that's your mouth telling you where it's weak. Now here's the retention trick most people never do. Record yourself for 20 seconds. Not to post, not to impress, to detect the real issue. When you listen back, you'll notice something surprising. It's not your accent, it's your rhythm. You stop too much. You swallow sounds. You're scared of being heard, so you speak like you're trying not to exist. Let me show you what trained mouth sounds like. It's not perfect pronunciation, it's smooth movement. Real-life dialogue. Example 1. Coffee shop. Barista. Hi, what can I get for you? You. A small coffee, please. Barista. Anything else? You. That's all, thank you. Those lines are not advanced. But if you've never practiced speaking out loud, your mouth will still freeze on anything else because your brain wants time. So we remove the need for thinking. We train. Now take your one sentence again and do this drill tonight. Step A. Whisper it 3 times. Today is a good day. Whispering reduces fear. Step B. Normal voice 3 times. Step C. Slightly louder. 2 times. Step D. Faster. 2 times. That's 10 reps. You're done. But wait, here's the mini shock. If you only do level 1 for 5 minutes a day, you will feel more fluent within a week than someone who watches English for 2 hours a day and never speaks. Because fluency is not knowledge. It's access. And access is trained. Quick question. Do you want English to stay as information in your head? Or do you want it to become something your mouth can use instantly? Now, common beginner trap. You try to fix grammar while you speak. Stop doing that. That's like trying to fix your hairstyle while running. You will fall. At level 1, you are allowed to be simple. Simple is not childish. Simple is powerful. Every confident speaker on earth uses simple sentences. They just use them fast and clean. Real-life dialogue. Example 2. Work message turned into speech. Boss, can you finish this today? You. Yes, I can finish it today. Boss. Great. Send it before 5. You. Okay, I'll send it before 5. Notice what's happening. Short. Clear. No fancy words. No panic. Now, mini test again. Answer this out loud with one sentence only. What are you doing these days? You can say, these days, I'm learning English. Say it 5 times. Now change one word. These days, I'm practicing English. These days, I'm studying English. These days, I'm improving my English. This is the real secret. You don't need to think of what to say. You build sentence patterns you can reuse. And if you're thinking, this is too easy, good. Easy means you will actually do it. Your problem isn't intelligence. Your problem is consistency. Because the people who stay silent aren't the people who can't learn. They're the people who keep waiting for confidence, like a weak person waiting for permission. Confidence comes after reps, not before. One short story. I've seen beginners move from zero speaking to daily speaking in 10 days using this ladder because it removes the decision making. They stop negotiating with themselves. Okay, level 1 is your entrance. You do it for 5 minutes. 1 sentence, 10 reps, 1 small change each time. Now, if you're still with me, here's the next step we're about to climb. Level 2. The moment you stop sounding like a robot and start sounding like a person, by connecting 2 sentences with 1 magic word. Because. And in the next part, I'm going to give you the exact because formula that instantly creates real speech, even if you only know basic words. Good. Now we climb to level 2, because this is where you stop sounding like you're reading flashcards and start sounding like you have a real reason to speak. Here's the problem with beginners. You can say sentences, but you can't keep going. You say one line, then your brain goes blank. That's why conversations die after 3 seconds. So we're going to install a bridge in your mouth. That bridge is one word, because. Mini test. Answer this out loud right now. Don't write it, say it. Why are you learning English? If you're silent, perfect. That's exactly why level 2 exists. Level 2 is simple. 2 sentences connected with because. You're not trying to be smart. You're trying to be unstoppable. Here's the template. I'm learning English because I want chic. That's it. That one line can produce hundreds of real sentences. And yes, your grammar might be messy. Who cares? Remember, mistakes aren't the enemy. Silence is. Now let's do the drill the correct way. 15 minutes. Step 1. Pick one goal, not 5. 1. Examples. Travel, job, school, confidence, friends, movies, business. Pick one and lock it in for tonight. Now repeat this sentence 10 times, but change only the ending. I'm learning English because I want a better job. I'm learning English because I want to travel. I'm learning English because I want to speak with confidence. I'm learning English because I want to understand movies. I'm learning English because I want to study abroad. I'm learning English because I want to talk to customers. I'm learning English because I want to make international friends. I'm learning English because I want to pass an interview. I'm learning English because I want to move to another country. I'm learning English because I want more opportunities. Mini shock. If you can say those 10 lines smoothly, you can already speak. Your mouth just needed a track to follow. Now, the Giat Nip question. Do you notice how your brain feels safer when it knows what comes next? That's the whole game. Speaking isn't magic, it's predictability. But we're not stopping there, because level 2 has a power up. You can use because to answer almost anything. Let's do real life dialogue. Example 3, airport. Staff, what's the purpose of your visit? You, I'm here for vacation because I want to see the city. Staff, how long will you stay? You, 7 days because I have to go back to work. You see? It's not perfect, but it's alive. It moves. Now let's make it even more practical. Daily life because questions. Say these out loud, one by one, and answer immediately with because. No thinking too long. Question 1. Why are you tired? Answer. I'm tired because I slept late. Question 2. Why are you happy today? Answer. I'm happy because I finished my work. Question 3. Why do you want coffee? Answer. I want coffee because I'm sleepy. Question 4. Why are you studying now? Answer. I'm studying now because I have free time. Now your turn. Mini test. Answer this out loud in one breath. I'm practicing speaking because bak. Fill it. Anything. Even simple, because I don't want to be silent anymore. If that sentence hits you a little emotionally, good. Keep it. That's your fuel. Now here's the mistake that kills progress. People do level 2 in their head. No. The mouth must move. Your mouth is the gym. So tonight, your level 2 session looks like this. 3 minutes. Warm up. Level 1. 1 sentence. 10 times. 10 minutes. Because. Drill. 20 reps total. 2 minutes. Speed round. Say 5 lines as fast as you can without stopping. Yes. 20 reps. Because repetition is what rewires you. Now another rhythm jump. What if you don't know the word you need? Then you do this instantly. Use a simpler word. You don't know exhausted. Say tired. You don't know purchase. Say buy. You don't know destination. Say place. Weak people quit when they can't say one perfect word. Strong people replace it and keep moving. And the crazy part? Native speakers do this all the time. They simplify constantly. That's why they sound fluent. Now let's add one more because pattern that makes you sound more natural. I can't talk yesa because hakakits. Examples. I can't talk long because I'm working. I can't come today because I'm busy. I can't sleep because I'm stressed. Mini test. Say one about your real life, right now. If you said something, even a simple line, you're already doing it. Now, I want you to notice something. Level 2 gives you flow, but it still sounds a little structured. That's fine. Structure is a ladder. You climb it, then you don't need it as much later. Next, level 3 is where you start sounding like a human telling a story, not a student answering questions. And you won't need advanced vocabulary for it. You'll need 3 simple anchors. Yesterday, then, finally. In the next step, I'll show you how to tell a 3-sentence mini story that works for any situation. Work, travel, dating, daily life, and how to use it to stop freezing in real conversations. Good. Now we turn your speaking from answers into stories. Because here's what happens in real life. Nobody talks in perfect grammar drills. People tell mini stories all day. What happened? How was your day? Why are you late? What did you do yesterday? And beginners panic because they think a story must be long. No, a story can be 3 sentences. That's it. Your level 3 formula is yesterday, then, finally. That sequence is a cheat code. It gives your brain a path so you don't freeze. And the best part? You can use simple words and still sound natural. Mini test. If someone asks you, "How was your day?" Can you speak for 15 seconds without stopping? If the answer is no, this is your fix. Here's the base structure. Yesterday, I ne chimtacho. Then, I jamkyo. Finally, I pak. Now, do not try to be creative. Start with boring real life. Boring is repeatable. Repeatable becomes fluent. Example 1. Daily life. Yesterday, I worked all day. Then I cooked dinner. Finally, I watched a show and went to sleep. Say it out loud. Once. Now again, but smoother. Now again, but a little faster. You're training continuity. Now the rhythm jump. What if your day was messy and you don't know the words? You still tell the story, using simple words. Yesterday, I had many things to do. Then, I had a problem. Finally, I fixed it. That's enough. That's speaking. Now we make it stronger with one upgrade. Emotion words. Not fancy. Just human. Happy, tired, stressed, excited, nervous. Proud, example 2. Yesterday, I felt stressed because I had too much work. Then, I took a short walk. Finally, I felt better. And notice what just happened. We naturally reused level 2 because inside the story. That's how this ladder works. It stacks. Now let's do a real-life conversation scene where this saves you. Dialogue. Coworker. Coworker. Hey, why do you look tired? You. Yesterday, I slept late. Then, I woke up early. Finally, I had meetings all morning. That's a real answer. Not a perfect answer. A real one. Another dialogue. Friend. Friend. How was your weekend? You. Yesterday, I stayed home. Then I cleaned my room. Finally, um, I met a friend for coffee. This is how normal people speak. Short, clear, moving. Now, a movie-style line. You've heard 1,000 times. What happened? And the character says, first, then, finally. That's not Hollywood magic. That's how the brain likes information. Mini test right now. Pick one of these situations and speak a 3-sentence story out loud. A. You missed a bus. B. You had a good day. C. You had a problem with your phone. Go. Here are sample answers if you got stuck. A. Yesterday, I left my house late. Then, I ran to the bus stop. Finally, the bus was gone, so I took a taxi. B. Yesterday, I finished my tasks early. Then, I went outside for fresh air. Finally, I felt proud and relaxed. C. Yesterday, my phone stopped working. Then, I restarted it many times. Finally, I updated the system and it worked. Now, important warning. Don't overthink vocabulary. If you don't know restarted, say turned it off and on. If you don't know updated, say I installed a new version. Simple wins. Here's the brutal truth. The reason you can't speak isn't that you lack words. It's that you keep trying to speak like a textbook. That's weak. Real speech is messy and fast. Now we lock this into a practice method you can do tonight with 0 materials. Your Level 3 practice, 20 minutes. Step 1. Choose one topic, my day or yesterday. Keep it simple. Step 2. Write 3 bullet points in your own language if you need to. Step 3. Convert them into the 3-sentence ladder. Yesterday, then, finally. Step 4. Speak it 5 times. Yes, 5 times. Because the first time is fear, the second time is correction, the third time is flow, the fourth time is confidence, the fifth time is ownership. Now a quick gyat nip challenge. Do it without stopping, even if you forget a word. If you forget, you replace. If you don't know, you simplify. You keep moving because stopping is training silence. And we don't train silence anymore. Here's a powerful trick that keeps people watching and keeps you improving: the 10-second replay. Record yourself telling your 3-sentence story once, then listen to only the first 10 seconds. Ask, did I pause too much? Did I speak too quietly? Did I swallow words? Then record again immediately and improve one thing. Only one. That's how you get better fast. Small feedback loops. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I can do sentences and mini stories, but I still freeze before I start. Exactly. That's why the next rule is non-negotiable. You must speak before you consume any content. If you scroll first, your brain goes into passive mode. Then speaking feels heavy, so you flip it. You speak first, then you earn your content. Tonight, before you watch anything, before Netflix, before YouTube, do this. 5 minutes, level 1. 1 sentence, 10 reps. 15 minutes, level 2. Because lines, 20 reps. 20 minutes, level 3. 1 mini story, 5 reps. That's 40 minutes. And if you can't do 40, do 15. But you speak first. Now a final mini test to prove you're changing. Answer this out loud in 3 sentences. Tell me what you did yesterday. If you can speak it, even imperfectly, you're no longer silent. You're training. And now we need to fix the biggest mental poison that destroys learners: the fear of mistakes. Because if you keep treating mistakes like danger, your mouth will always hesitate. In the next step, I'm going to reframe mistakes in a way that makes you braver instantly. And I'll give you a simple daily rule that forces progress even on busy days. Now we deal with the thing that secretly kills your English more than vocabulary ever will: fear. Because you're not failing English. You're protecting your ego. You don't freeze because you can't speak. You freeze because you don't want to sound stupid. And that's exactly why you stay stuck for years. You're trying to look smart instead of trying to get better. Let me hit you with the truth. Mistakes aren't the enemy. Silence is. Mistakes are proof you're training. Silence is proof you're hiding. Mini test. When you speak English, what hurts more? Being wrong or being quiet? Most people choose quiet because it feels safe. But safe is the most expensive choice you'll ever make. Here's how fluent people get fluent. They say wrong things quickly, then they fix them later. Beginners do the opposite. They try to be right first, so they say nothing. So I'm going to give you a reframe that changes everything. A mistake is not a failure. A mistake is data. If you say, "He go to work," and someone corrects you to, "He goes to work," you just received a free upgrade. That's not embarrassing. That's training. But if you stay silent, you receive nothing. No upgrade, no correction, no progress. Now here's the mental trap. You think people are judging you. Let me ask you something. When a foreigner speaks your language and makes mistakes, do you hate them? Do you think, "Wow, what an idiot"? No. You usually think, "Nice, they're trying." Sometimes you even help them. That's how most people are. The judge inside your head is louder than the world. And if you still don't believe me, here's a brutal reality. Strangers don't care about your English nearly as much as you do. They're busy thinking about themselves. So stop making English a performance. Make it training. Now I'm giving you a rule so simple it's almost insulting, but it works because it removes negotiation. Daily rule. You must speak before you consume. Not study. Speak. Before you watch any content, you do your latter. Short version if you're busy. Because if you consume first, your brain becomes passive and lazy. Then speaking feels heavy and uncomfortable. So you flip the order. You earn your scrolling. Tonight, if you're busy, you do the 10-minute emergency version. Yes, 10 minutes. No excuses. Here's exactly what you do. Minute 1 to 2. Level 1 warm-up. Pick one sentence. Today is a good day. Say it 10 times, changing one word every time. Minute 3 to 6. Level 2. Because reps. Say 10 lines using, "I'm learning English because I want yakokao." Keep it simple, real, personal. Minute 7 to 10. Level 3. Mini story. Say one story. Yesterday, then, finally. Repeat it 3 times. That's it. If you can't do 10 minutes, you're not busy. You're just weak with discipline. And that weakness is exactly what keeps your English dead. Now, Giat Nip. Quick challenge. Do you want a method that works even if you have zero confidence? Good, because confidence is not required. Only obedience to the routine is. Let's make it even more real. Here are 3 mistake situations that stop beginners and how you handle them like a strong person. Situation 1. You don't know a word mid-sentence. Weak move. Stop. Panic. Apologize. Quit. Strong move. Replace the word and keep moving. Example. You want to say, I'm exhausted, but you don't know exhausted. You say, I'm very tired. Done. Example. You want to say, I need to reschedule, but you don't know it. You say, can we change the time? Done. Fluency is not fancy words. Fluency is keeping the sentence alive. Situation 2. You say something wrong and you notice it. Weak move. Restart the whole sentence 5 times and die. Strong move. Correct yourself once and continue. I go, sorry, I went to the store, then I came back. In that self-correction is normal. Native speakers do it constantly. Situation 3. Someone doesn't understand you. Weak move. Shut down and feel shame. Strong move. Simplify and repeat. Sorry, I mean, simpler sentence. Let's do a real-life dialogue to show you how simple this is. Customer. Can you explain again? You. Yes, I mean, yesterday I called you. Then I sent the email. Finally, I got your reply. That's not perfect English. That's effective communication. That's what matters. Now I'm going to give you a no-shame practice that unlocks speaking for the shyest people on earth, the private shadow method. You take a short line from a movie, a show, or a YouTube clip, something you actually enjoy, and you repeat it immediately after the speaker. Not in your head, out loud. Pick one line like, I can't believe this, so, or, are you serious? Or, let's do it. Then repeat it 10 times with different emotion. Calm, angry, surprised, excited. This trains rhythm. And rhythm is what makes you sound natural, even with basic vocabulary. Mini test. Say, are you serious? 3 different ways right now. Surprised, annoyed, laughing. That's mouth training. That's real improvement. Now, here's the retention punch. Most people waste years because they practice only when they feel motivated. Motivation is a liar. It disappears the moment you feel tired. Discipline is the thing that stays. And your daily rule is the discipline shortcut. Speak before you consume. If you do this for 14 days, your mouth will stop feeling like a locked door. It will start feeling like a tool you can use. But there's one more thing we must build, or you'll still hesitate in real conversations: speed and automaticity. Because when you speak slowly, your brain tries to edit. When you speak faster, your brain stops overthinking and starts flowing. So next, I'm going to show you how to turn this ladder into a fast daily routine with a mini timer, plus a simple progress tracker that makes you see improvement in 7 days, so you don't quit like most people do. Now we turn this ladder into something you can actually stick to. because the best method in the world is useless if you quit after 3 days. Your mouth doesn't need inspiration, it needs a timer. Here's why speed matters. When you speak slowly, your brain starts editing like a perfectionist, and perfection kills speech. When you speak a bit faster, you don't have time to panic. You just talk. So we're going to build automaticity. Tonight, you're going to run a simple timer routine. No apps required. Your phone timer is enough. Set 3 timers back to back. Timer 1, 2 minutes. Timer 2, 4 minutes. Timer 3, 4 minutes. That's 10 minutes total. The emergency version. You can do even on the worst day. And if you have more time, double it. But never skip it. Now, what do you do inside each timer? Timer 1, 2 minutes. Speed reps, level 1. Pick one sentence. Same sentence every day for a week. Example: today is a good day. Your job is to say it 10 times, then keep going with small changes until the timer ends. Today is a good day. Today is a busy day. Today is a long day. Today is a hard day. Today is a peaceful day. Mini test. Can you do 20 reps in 2 minutes? If not, you're pausing too much. And those pauses are fear wearing a mask. Timer 2, 4 minutes. Because chain, level 2. Here's the rule: no silence longer than 2 seconds. You start with, I'm learning English because I want egg. Then you keep going. When you run out of ideas, you recycle, but you change something small. I'm learning English because I want a better job. I'm practicing speaking because I want confidence. I'm studying today because I have time. I'm repeating this because I don't want to be silent. I'm doing this because I want freedom. Giat Nip question. Did you feel your brain trying to stop you? That's the old habit. You're breaking it. Timer 3, 4 minutes. Story loop, level 3. You tell the same 3-sentence story 3 times, each time smoother and faster. Example story. Yesterday, I woke up late. Then, I rushed to work. Finally, I promised myself to sleep earlier. Run it 3 times. If you finish early, you add details, but only simple ones. Yesterday, I woke up late because I stayed up. Then, I rushed to work and skipped breakfast. Finally, I felt tired, so I went to bed early. You just combined level 2 and level 3 naturally again. That's real speaking. Now, here's the retention punch. You don't need new topics every day. Beginners think variety is progress. It's not. Repetition is progress. Athletes repeat the same drills. Musicians repeat the same scales. Fluent speakers repeat patterns until they become reflex. So for the next 7 days, you keep the structure the same. The only thing you change is one small detail. Day 1 to 2. My day story. Day 3 to 4. A problem story. Day 5 to 6. A plan story. Day 7. Mix them. And yes, your English will feel boring sometimes. Good. Boring means you can do it without emotional drama. That's how habits survive. Now let's build a progress tracker that makes you see improvement fast, so you don't quit. Here's the simple tracker. Every night after your practice, record one 30-second clip answering this. What did you do today? That's it. Same question every day, 30 seconds. Don't upload it. Don't share it. Save it in a folder called Day 1, Day 2, Day 3. After 7 days, listen to Day 1 and Day 7, back to back. You will hear the difference. Not perfect grammar. Flow. Less hesitation. More control. Mini test. Are you willing to record your voice privately for 7 days? If you refuse, you're not afraid of English. You're afraid of hearing yourself. And that fear is exactly what you must kill. Now we add one more technique that makes you sound more natural immediately. Chunking. Instead of trying to speak word by word, you speak in chunks. Small groups of words that flow together. Chunks like, to be honest. The truth is, right now. A little bit. For example, that's why. These are not advanced. These are glue. Glue makes speech smooth. So tonight, add one chunk at the start of your story. To be honest, yesterday I was tired. Then I had too much work. Finally, I went to bed early. Or, the truth is, I'm learning English because I want more opportunities. Those chunks give you a natural rhythm, like people in real conversations. Now, real-life dialogue example. Work call. Colleague, can you join the meeting? You, to be honest, I can't because I'm working, but I can join later. That is simple, clear, and human. Another dialogue. Friend texting. Speaking. Friend, why are you so quiet lately? You. The truth is, I feel nervous because my English is not trained yet, but I'm practicing every day. That line alone, my English is not trained yet, is a powerful identity shift. You're not bad. You're in training. That makes you persistent. Now, one more Giat Nip challenge. Speak for 20 seconds without using or uh. If you can't, don't feel shame. Replace with a chunk. Let me think. How can I say it? What I mean is, even native speakers do this. The difference is they don't go silent. Now, here's the key. If you follow this timer routine, you will stop freezing at the start of speaking. Why? Because starting becomes a daily reflex. But we still need one final upgrade before the close. How to use this in real life with real people without panic. How to create safe speaking situations that force you to talk, even if you're shy. Because practice alone is good, but real usage is what seals it. Next, I'm going to show you a simple speak first system you can use every day in normal life. Short voice notes, mirror talk, micro conversations, and 3 exact scripts you can use tonight with a friend, a coworker, or even a stranger online. Now we take everything you've practiced alone, and we make it work with real humans. Because the final trap is this. You practice at home, you feel okay. Then a real person speaks to you and your brain collapses. That's normal, and it's fixable. The fix is not more studying. The fix is building safe speaking situations, small, controlled moments where you speak first, on purpose, every day. Remember the rule. You speak before you consume. Now we upgrade it. You speak before you scroll, and you speak before you hide. Here are 3 safe speaking situations that force progress without overwhelming you. Situation 1. Mirror talk. 60 seconds. This is the easiest, and weak people still refuse it because it feels awkward. Good. Awkward means it's working. Stand in front of a mirror and say, "Today is a good day. I'm learning English because I want more opportunities. Yesterday, I did my practice. Then, I felt more confident. Finally, I will continue tomorrow." 1 minute. That's it. Giat Nip question. Do you avoid the mirror because you hate how you sound? Then the mirror is exactly where you need to train. You don't improve by hiding your voice. Situation 2. Voice note. Challenge. 30 seconds. If you want real speaking growth fast, voice notes are a cheat code. Why? Because it's real output with zero pressure from someone staring at you. Tonight, send a 30-second voice note to a friend, or even to yourself in a private chat. Use this script. Hey, quick update. Today I'm practicing English because I want to speak with confidence. Yesterday I was nervous, then I practiced for 10 minutes, and finally I felt better. Talk later. Simple, real, human. If you don't have a friend to send it to yourself. The point is output. Mini test. Can you send one voice note tonight without writing a script first? If not, write it once, then speak it. Training first, perfection later. Situation 3. Micro conversation. 10 seconds. Yes, 10 seconds. That's enough. You're going to create micro conversations in daily life. Cashier, coworker, delivery, online chat, language partner. Your goal is not a long conversation. Your goal is one clean exchange. Here are 3 exact micro scripts you can use anywhere in the world. Script A. Simple greeting plus question. Hi, how's your day going? If they answer, you reply with one sentence. Nice. Today is a busy day for me. Script B. Small request. Excuse me, can you help me? Then, I'm looking for chic. If you don't know the word, you point or describe. It's the thing for cleaning the floor. Keep moving. Script C. Closing politely. Thanks. I really appreciate it. That line alone makes you sound confident and natural. Now, Giat Nip, what if you're scared they will answer too fast? Good. That's why you train one universal line. Sorry, could you say that slowly? Say it out loud now. 5 times. Sorry, could you say that slowly? This sentence is armor. It buys you time without panic. And if you want an even simpler one, sorry, one more time, please. These are not beginner lines. These are survival lines. Even fluent people use them in noisy places. Now we combine the latter with real interactions. This is how you stop freezing in conversations. When someone asks you a question, you respond using level 2 or level 3 automatically. Example. Why are you learning English? You don't search for a perfect answer. You fire the pattern. I'm learning English because I want a better job. Then you extend with a mini story if you can. Yesterday, I practiced for 10 minutes. Then, I recorded my voice. Finally, I noticed I'm improving. See what happened? You gave a short answer, then you added a story. That's how conversations grow. Here's another real-life situation. Someone asks, "Where are you from?" You answer, "I'm from Bashkek." Then you add, "because," or a mini story. "I live here now because I work here." Or, "Yesterday, I met someone from your country. Then we talked a little. Finally, I felt motivated." You don't need perfect. You need momentum. Now I'm going to give you a no panic conversation plan for meeting real people online. Language exchange, Discord, WhatsApp groups, anything. Your plan is called 3, 2, 1. 3 basic questions you can ask anyone. 2 short answers about you. 1 mini story you can tell anytime. Write these once, then reuse them forever. 3 questions. Where are you from? What do you do? What do you like to do in your free time? 2 answers about you. I'm learning English because I want to improve my life. These days, I'm practicing speaking every day. 1 mini story. Yesterday, I was tired. Then, I practiced anyway. Finally, I felt proud. That's it. With that, you can survive any beginner conversation. Jiat Nyip Challenge. Try to say your 3-2-1 plan right now without reading. If you can't, good. Repeat it tonight 5 times. That's training. Now, we need to talk about the most dangerous lie beginners believe. I'll speak when I'm ready. No. You become ready by speaking. Read that again in your head, then say it out loud. I become ready by speaking. That one sentence, repeated daily, changes your identity. You stop being a learner who hopes, and you become a speaker in training. Now we're almost done, and you need a final system that locks this into your day for the next 14 days, so you don't fall back into silence. Because consistency is what builds the mouth. In the final part, I'm going to give you a clear 14-day challenge with a simple checklist, a minimum requirement rule so you never skip, and a strong close that forces you to pick your ladder level and start today, not next week. Pick your ladder level and start today, because if you wait for confidence, you'll stay silent forever. Here's the 14-day challenge, and it's embarrassingly simple. Every single day, you speak before you consume, before you scroll, before you watch, before you hide. Your brain does not get entertainment until your mouth does training. Not because you're punishing yourself, but because you're finally acting like someone who wants results, not someone who wants comfort. Your minimum requirement is 10 minutes. No excuses. If you can breathe, you can do 10 minutes. 2 minutes, 1 sentence, repeated fast with tiny changes. 4 minutes, 2 sentences using because. No long pauses. 4 minutes, a 3-sentence mini story. Yesterday, then, finally. That's the whole engine. You do it even when you're tired, especially when you're tired. Because the days you don't feel like practicing are the days that decide your future. And let me reframe the fear one last time. Mistakes aren't the enemy. Silence is. Every time you make a mistake out loud, you're one step closer to real fluency. Every time you stay quiet, you're training the habit of disappearing. That's why so many people study English for years and still can't speak. They're not studying, they're avoiding. So here's your decision. Will you be the person who consumes English like a movie, or the person who produces English like a skill? If you want a practical way to use this in real life, do one thing tonight. Send a 30-second voice note, either to a friend or to yourself. Use the latter in the message. Simple, honest, real. You'll feel awkward for 5 seconds, and then you'll feel proud for the rest of the night. That's the trade. Pain now, power later. And after 14 days, you're going to notice something that shocks you. Your mouth starts moving before your fear can stop it. You'll still make mistakes, but you won't freeze. You'll still be a beginner, but you'll be a speaking beginner. And that difference changes everything. One final line. Say it out loud. My English isn't weak. My mouth is getting trained. Start today, not tomorrow.